Welcome to All in Chair Yoga, Reset and Refresh. Lovely to have you here. So today is part 5 of our 8-session program, and we're still focused on the nervous system and working through our body. Today we're going to do some movement that is a little stimulating, so just active movement that brings our feelings up a little bit, or our sensations, and then we're going to move into some quiet stillness. So first, an invitation to locate the chair that you're on and find its structured ends. The chair that we choose is the support for this period. So just actually feel it. Just like bring your kinesthetics in, or your sensations in your hands, to actually just feel the different parts of the chair. There may be steel or wood, depending on what sort of chair you're on. What type of material are you sitting on? There's zero judgment here. This is just an awareness thing. What's the back of your chair like? What does it feel like behind you? Is there space between you and your back? Just noticing. And an invitation to take a breath in and exhale. So this is your time. Remember, we come at it from different aspects each time we come together. There's some repetitive patterns, but there's also an ability to try something new. So we're going to use all of our body. Let's connect with our body. Just a touch. Yeah, this is the body you move around in all the time. Beautiful. However far down you want to reach for that, but for your body. This is the body. This is the edge of it. All right. Now feel your mind. If you're anything like me, you can't touch it. Yet our mind constructs, and it really affects, it constructs thoughts and worries and feelings, or ideas that we then have feelings around. Touch your emotions, like trying to pick up water. So our body is something we can touch and connect with, and yet our minds and the things that we think about ourselves and about life, and the feelings that we have, the emotions, are all really present too, and they affect our body. They have an effect on our body, and our body has an effect on our mind and our emotions. So when we come into the nervous system, sometimes we might be having a physical body experience, so shoulder or something like that, which is showing up in our physical. What's really interesting, it could be a set of thoughts that you've been having, or an emotion that has been underlaying, or in your field. I call it field, but in your awareness, or outside of your awareness sometimes. So in our all-in chair yoga today, I'm coming from the perspective of working with our nervous system, the invisible but very physical aspect of us that is an expression. So what does that mean? It's what we feel as we move around. And so with that in mind, I'm going to invite you to start with your sit bones, just one side to the other. Okay, notice your breath and breathing. Notice if there's any catchiness. And I'm going to invite you to see if you can bring your mind and your emotions, so this is your attention, into just the movement. Just the movement. Not about how you're moving, because that's a mental construct. And instead of feelings or emotions, inviting you to feel the sensations. So the sensations are little moving parts. If you just pause for a moment, just like a bucket of water that you've slushed around, there's a stilling that happens. All right, well, how is this related to the nervous system? A lot. So let's do it again, side to side. I'm going to invite you to do it as though you're really heavy. So it's like you've really got to lift. Oh, so heavy. Oh, I might even notice that walking through water or walking through mud, if you've ever walked through mud and got your gumboots caught. That feeling of heavy. All right, pause for a moment. Now let's change the idea, so the mental construct, and let's imagine that you're as light as a feather. And just imagining can kind of bounce across the sit bone. Now, those were just two really quick experiences of moving our sit bones. So I invite you to realize, along with me in this moment, just coming to a stillness, that the mental constructs that we have and the feelings we have about that all affect how our body feels. So we're going to go through a construct and a feeling or an emotion that might sit with it in our movement. I'm going to invite you to march however it is for you. Like, first of all, be a really floppy marcher. Just sort of like just throwing yourself around a little bit, just sort of like being a little bit unco. And you're just sort of like, if you were in a marching crew, you would definitely be the one standing out if everyone was marching. And just discover what that's like to march like that and pause. You might feel that bucket moving. All right, let's be really rule-based and rigid. So you imagine rule-based and rigid, done the right way. I must march in time. I must march in time. Really structured kind of movement and marching. That's right. Look at that already. The body is structuring up. It's feeling, oh, am I doing this quite right? Oh, that was a thought. But just feeling into those movements. These pants are fascinating, aren't they? All right. So there we go. Pause for a moment here. Let the stillness happen. Let your water in your bucket come to a stillness. Breathe in and out. I want you to imagine that it's something funny and you are being the clown. You are being the clown and you are making it the funniest little march you ever did see. So you've got to find your little march. Whatever that looks like for you, it's like a happy little face or some kind of puzzles, whatever that might be. So you're just moving around with the clown concept. Mental construct, fix the body. Okay, pause. Invitation to breathe. Now listen to your body. Tune in to a useful mind thought. What feels useful for you right now? What does your body want? Is it soft? Is it gentle? Is it a bit of activity? Find out what you want and move accordingly. Just feeling in to the space that is you. That's right. May not even look like a march. Mine's more of a circular something. And inhaling. And as you do, just imagine that the inhale is, the mind is coming up your spine while the breath is coming inside. And as you exhale, just let it happen the other way. So you exhale and the air comes out, but you also just bring your mind back down into your seat. Inhale and bring your attention up your body. And then exhale and let your attention land back down into your sit bones. Beautiful. All right, so we're going to get a little bit more movement in the upper body here. And we're going to twist, but we're going to start slowly. We're going to just inhale to the left and exhale to the right. Inhale to the left And exhale to the right, whichever is your left and right. Do check. Inhale to the left. And exhale to your right. Inhale to your left. And exhale to your right. Come back to center. Let the breath breathe you, so just be still and tall. So use your mind to make yourself really tall, like even a couple of millimeters taller, maybe a centimeter taller. So you're tall, and soften the breath. What did you notice as you breathed? Beautiful. Now an invitation for you to either put your hands on your shoulders or your hands on your heart. So what that looks like is either inhaling to the left and exhaling to the right. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale left. And exhale right. Or if you want something a little bit more rigorous and to bring attention to your chest, you can inhale your left arm, bounce it back onto your chest or heart, exhale right. This is a bit more expansive. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale left. Exhale right. And then come back to center. Pause for a moment, and I invite you to either look down or just gently close your eyes. Tall with the spine. And then notice the space between your thought. So I like to think of it like, have you ever laid in bed at night and gone, what was that sound? And then you listen. So that's the same idea that we're having here as we're waiting for the next thought. The interesting process. And how does this affect our nervous system? It's awareness. Our thoughts are thoughting us all of the time. They're thinking us. And our body's responding. So sometimes it's really good to do an audit on your thoughts or a awareness of what is driving me? What is focusing me? Beautiful. Let's open up our whole body here. And we're going to inhale up. At the top there, we're just going to clasp our hands together gently. Look from your armpits, if you please, but just look from your armpit or look into your armpits or open from your armpits. And then exhale really slowly down. See if you can stay conscious with the coming down. Allow your arms to feel light. Light as a feather. Light, light, light. Really light as you bring yourself down. You might have a couple of breaths in this one. Beautiful. Inhale up slowly. Another breath at the top there. Stretch. Aware of your armpits, shoulders, back. And then exhale. Just let them drop. All right. When the water within you has stopped moving inside of this bucket vessel, when you've come into stillness, I'm going to invite you to do something else. All right. We're going to take our belly, hands onto our belly, and we're going to inhale, push the belly out. Exhale, push the belly in. And so just imagine that your belly button is coming to your spine. What might happen is your body will accommodate this a little bit. There'll be a gentle change in the back. Inhale, belly opens. Exhale, belly button comes towards the spine, just like a cushion. And just allow a space in the lower part of your spine there. Inhale, belly opens. And exhale. Belly button comes to spine, and there'll be a gentle opening in the lower base of the spine. Beautiful. Pause, sitting up lovely and tall. Lovely and tall. See what space you've created. All right, let's play with our shoulders a little bit. We're going to open them up. So inhaling, imagining that if it helps, bring your elbows in and open up your hands. If that helps your shoulders to move, maybe you can do it independently. It often helps to use your arms to exaggerate it. So inhale, open. And then exhale, close and bring it all in. You can round your back if that feels good. Opening up the shoulder blades. Inhale, open. Maybe bring your arms up a little bit. And then exhale, coming together. Inhale, open. Now you might want to exaggerate it a little bit more. Exhale. You can either come your hands together or hands in front, whichever works for you. Inhale, open. There's so many ways you can do this. And exhale, so you can hug yourself. You can have your hands in front. Inhale, up to seated. Again, pause. Lengthen your spine as though someone's just grabbed the back of your hair on the back of your neck and the top of your crown there and just pulled you up so that your upper body is light. And then feel your sit bones kind of wiggle forward and back into your sit bones. So while you're tall, you're also just moving forward and back, not side to side right now, just forward and back. So the sit bones are sitting there and we're just moving our body across them. Okay, pause. Let's let the whole body settle for a moment, because sometimes things like this can be quite a shift in energy. So we're going to bring our attention to our thumbs, circling our thumbs. And if you want to, you can also wiggle your toe, but see if you can get your big toe moving. I'm going to ask some impossible things about the toes right now, but we're just going to play backwards with the thumbs. See if you can even work out, can I? Yeah, even work out going the other way with your toes, your big toes specific. Okay. Index fingers, circling. Now you can, with your toes, you can just move those as well. We just sort of want to get our ends of our nervous system, so right down to the fingers and toes, to the end of our body, to the end of our elbows, to our knees, even to your nose, if you want to kind of wiggle your nose. Middle fingers, circling. I don't think we did it the other way with the index finger. That's okay. Circling around. Maybe your toes are moving more. Maybe you can be more aware of your elbows. Perhaps you can be more aware of opening your chest all at the same time, keeping your mind constructive, going the other way. You can't get this wrong. You're just playing. Yeah, remember finger games with children? Okay, ring fingers, round, oh, round and round, all toes wiggling, all elbows awareness across your chest, opening up. Breathing. So full attention to these movements. Little fingers around. And maybe squeezing your toes or whatever you want to do to add variety in. Other way with the little fingers. Elbows, shoulders across. See if you can open up that chest area. Bring your shoulder blades together. Perhaps you can notice that at the back. And then we're going to pause. Shake it all off across your body. Like you like you're just literally shaking off water that you've just washed your hands with, just shaking it off. Wait, pants. I said I wasn't going to do it with these pants again, and I forgot. Okay. Oh, the things we can do with our body on a chair. It always entertains me, no end. All right, so we're going to come to the awareness of our legs, our thighs. So in here, using your hands at first, either rubbing or just gentle awareness into those thighs. Awakening the lower base of our body. Hello, little cat. Tap, 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 tap. If you wanted a little bit more, you can put your fists into that, just gently closing so you can feel it. Maybe you don't want that. You want your fingertips stimulating the lower part of our body. That's right. And then I'm going to come forward a little bit. You might need to too if you want to also stimulate the lower part of your spine. Because we're in chair yoga, we're not standing up and moving the lower base of our spine, but we do want to stimulate it. Right now, I'm doing a little movement like this on the base of my spine to just encourage the energy to lift, to kind of feel engaged. All right, there's enough for that for a moment. Breathe, inhale, long, tall spine, chin tapped in, back of the head lifted up. See if you can maintain that extension in the spine. So our nervous system runs up and down the spine. This is a big part of our capacity to have new thoughts and flexibility. And when we breathe in and space comes into the spine. I mean, it's minuscule, but it does happen. And when we breathe out, it just gently settles down. Now, I love giggling about the idea that in the morning I'm 3 foot, 5'4", and at night I'm 5'3". It's just sort of that. If we're on our feet a lot, it can be, or on chairs, it can just be this push down if we haven't opened it up. So when I invite you to breathe in and lengthen your spine, you're giving the discs and the vertebra in your spine a little bit of space to release some of the little nerves that it might be catching, or some of the catchiness that can happen in our body. So breathing in again, and then exhaling, and just let it all soften, just like rain through your system, or softening energy. Sensations that just have this gentle downward effect. Pretty likely, even though we've not done a lot of supposed movement, the body is feeling quite energized, quite alive right in this moment. So we're going to move with our ribs, and I'm going to invite you to see if you can do some kind of circle with the ribs here. It helps if your fingers are into the ribs there, because you can kind of have an expression of an experience. So it's a rotation. Mine is not a circle, but it's a rotation one way, and then the other way. Beautiful. Love. Oh, they're so good. If ever you feel a catch, so just keep doing that, but if ever you feel a catch in your spine, what you can do is gently move into it and then out of it. So you might not do the full circle. You might come back into it and then move out of it again. And then into it and around. Or pay attention just before it begins to catch. Notice it, move away from it, go the other way, and then around to just before it catches. And what we're doing then is we're going to the body. Oh, I feel you. I can feel that. So then we release ourselves up into a long place. And this is an example. If you'd just like to pause for a moment and just breathe in. And exhale. And breathing in. And exhale. Okay. Fingers and wrists. So we're going to roll our wrists and see if you can get a Circle going with your shoulders as well. So we're inviting them to participate in some kind of, whatever that looks like for you, some kind of rolling. So if you start on your wrists and then see if you can find your elbows finding that, and then take it up to the shoulders. If it feels slightly unco, that's perfect. We're just exploring. Now go the other way. Hang on. There we go. And so this is like, if you think of it like water, so one way you're kind of backstroking and one way you are freestyling, well, might be more like butterfly. And this also moves your spine as you go. And then pause. All right, we're going to work with our head and neck area. We're going to inhale, head only and nose to the left. And then exhale out into the right. Inhale to your left, so your left. And exhaling to your right. Inhaling to your left. And exhaling to your right. Come back to center, inhale. Now, playing with these slower movements, what we explore is little catches in our body or places that don't go as freely. We might be freer on one side than we are on the other. So this also helps to inform the body what is happening. Now, sometimes it's out of our conscious awareness that there's a little catch. And so when we slow move, we can come into that space. The body goes, yes, that's right, I can feel that. You can release it, come back to center, lengthen your spine, inhale, drop your chin, lift the back of your head, and exhale. All right, now we're going to pay attention to our nervous system through our extremities. So we've worked with our fingers and toes and extremities of elbows and knees. And now we're going to rub our hands together. We're going to place them over our eyes. So we want them nice and hot. If you can get them to be quite hot. Quite hot. That was very Kiwi, wasn't it? Quite hot. And then place your hands over your eyes. If you want to dip your head a little bit, land your top of your arms on your breath, on your chest there. Give your eyes some freedom from the screen, from the light. Back of the neck also has an opening. The back of the shoulder has an opportunity to just open. Breathe. Gently taking your hands off, just slowly. And then again, settle. Just think of that in water now, if there was anything in it that would drop to the bottom of the bucket, we're just allowing that to happen. We're just settling and letting something, I want to say distill, but I'm not sure the correct word, which would be settle, settle at the bottom. Okay, we're going to work with our jaw. Now, our jaw and our hips are really closely connected. So if we have some things going on in our hips, we can also have things going on in our jaw. So I'm inviting you to just use a couple of your fingers and just gently circle, like you're just, into this, so gentle and loving, not too hard. And then just softly circling, letting your head also just sort of move into it. If you pat a dog or a cat, sometimes they lean into the pat. The horses definitely do. They lean into that pat. They're liking, oh, that feels good. And just letting your jaw, which is such a big structure, significant structure would be a better word, of our body, where also tension gathers. Then underneath the jaw, if you've ever experienced being very angry or upset, or you've seen someone angry or upset, sometimes it comes into the jaw. And here we're just releasing some of our quiet tensions that we hold in the jaw. And then extend your hands up and down the lower jaw now, so that you're rubbing to your ears, maybe around your ears a little bit, and then gently down to the chin. Just letting your hands go where they need to or where they want to go, around your ears, down, around your chin. Now this is your body, your fingers, your space, your place. Just notice how it might want to move. If you notice on the out breath as you inhale, and then on the out breath, if you breathe through your mouth a little bit, just let it soften, or out through your nose as well. Inhale, and then out through your nose. Letting go this time as your hands come to your knees. And again, soft stimulation, your hands, your jaw, intentional movement, breathing, all helps us to disconnect from some of the mental constructs that we've been making. So now, instead of going and getting those thoughts from before, what we can do is we can start to create new thoughts. What would you like to feel this afternoon? Now, the answer to that could be, it totally depends on you. What would you like to feel this afternoon? Clear, comfortable, easy, some peace, finding some happiness, comfort. I think I said that one. So there's no right or wrong answer here. There's just like, what would you like to experience this afternoon? So we're going to think, feel about that. We're going to grab our fingers and we're going to stimulate our earlobes from the bottom to index finger and thumb, just squeezing them together right down the lobe there, and then gently up the ear, up and down. Now, this is quite a stimulating experience. It just sort of energizes. And again, this is it's reflexology, really. It's just into all of the nerve endings. We're working with our nervous system, so we're acknowledging, our ears also have beautiful sensates. If you just pause now, what do you notice about the possibilities of how you might like to feel this afternoon? And I invite you to just sink into that feeling, like make a picture that would go with it. If you want to feel comfortable, don't make a picture of discomfort. Or words that, the voice inside of our head. An invitation to actually have soothing words. If you'd like to feel encouraged or uplifted or clear, what would you be thinking or feeling around that? It's an invitation for us to realize the body and the mind and the body are so interlaced. And when we talk about our nervous system, we're talking about the whole of us. It's just an idea that helps us realize how we're moving through the general day-to-day experiences that we have. All right, we're going to finish. I'm going to invite you to sit back into your chair so you're really comfortable. I'm going to finish with the breathing sequence that we've already done during this series. And that's to breathe in for the count of 4, pause, and out for the count of 4, pause. Now, if 4 is too much for you, please do 3. So it's only an invitation. Inhale. And then pause at the top. And then exhale. Pause. Inhale. exhale. Pause, inhale. Pause, exhale. Pause, inhale. Pause, exhale. Pause. And then let your breath breathe you. Invitation for you to notice what I would probably call a change, a shift in state from the beginning of our practice to now. Just simply through being aware of our own self in its little parts. So I invite you to notice this afternoon how you move, even what you're thinking, and the way that you are feeling through life. Remember, you've always got your breath and your ability to relax. Be tall in your chair or investigate the neck. If you want to investigate something, you can lean into it a little bit and then come out. I'd love to know how this sequence has been for you today. And this is the part 5 of our 8-part series. And thank you for being here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Again, we have another one, part 6, on Thursday at 12 o'clock, and it will be recorded. So thank you.